Doraemon, Detective Conan, Gundam, Sailor Moon, One Piece, DBZ. Yeah, I think this might be a fun video to do every once in a while. So here, Dear Prisoner. Each other, sewers. Okay. All right. Whew, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's make this. I'm going to do something really clever here. We're going to move Lauret. Above the chat. And we're going to make him bigger where you can see him. Because he's going to stay sleeping on that chair. Let's be honest. He's going to stay sleeping on that chair. Okay. So, gateway anime. My gateway anime, I did not mean to grab the shield, but here we go. We're going. My gateway anime was... Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm already failing. My gateway anime... Does the shield not do damage? I thought a shield bash did damage. All right. Let's trade this out. Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing's good. My gateway anime, like the first anime that I ever watched was Pokemon. Go figure, right? And then from there, I watched a lot of Toonami. And, well, Toonami wasn't out when I first started watching anime. But, like, Kids WB, the early block for a lot of the older shows, like Monster Rancher and Zoids. But after that, because I liked that stuff, you know? Let's get the Sapphire Key. Because I liked that stuff. My uncle got me VHS copies of Mazinger Z and Get a Robo. Sailor Moon, I understand. And that was when I got in, really. Like, Pokemon was good, but Pokemon to me was just a cartoon, right? But Mazinger Z changed me, like, on a deep level. That was the first time I'd seen giant robots fight, and I was never the same. I loved it. And so from there, it was, hey, I want more of this. And that's when I started watching a little show called Mobile Suit Gundam. Ooh, very nice. And the original Gundam, like, there was nothing like it. Nothing like the original Gundam. Okay, now we have one that does damage. What's going on here? That's a head crab. Okay. Toonami and Wing was your first one? I understand. Ooh, more blueprints. Very nice. Yeah. Gotta go cool off. I understand. That's what Lauren's doing, too. Monster Rancher was very good. But once I started watching Gundam, you hated it that much? Wow. Once I started watching Gundam, I was hooked, you know? And so... Ooh. Very nice. Lots of cells. Very nice. And so, actually, no, I want the blades. Mazinger Z and Gundam were my gateway anime, right? But if I had to pick a gateway anime, it depends so much on what people like, you know? What they want to watch normally. Like, what's their genre? What do they like to see? Because if it's just, well, hey, I like... Oh, sure. 5, easy. Very cool. If it's just, hey, I like good stories, well, then there's a lot of anime that fill that out, you know? A whole bunch that could just be good stories. But if it's, hey, I prefer something with... Ooh, all right, free. I'll take that. If it's, hey, I prefer something that's got giant robots or something that's got really great action, you know, then it's going to be a lot different. But I think a gimme almost always is... I know Dark doesn't like it, but for a lot of people, Dragon Ball Z, right? That's a gimme. I think for people that haven't watched a lot of anime, it's not actually a good choice, maybe, because there's a lot of fluff. Yeah, Prince of Tennis, Sailor Moon. Nowadays, I think you can get away with stuff like My Hero Academia, which although not my favorite by far. It's the kind of show that people can just, like, get into, you know? And really dig into. I think I could have refunded that heal that I didn't use. Or I could have healed. It does have frothy. That's very true. But I think it's a good, like, shonen to be able to get into. I know a lot of people swear by Black Clover, and I like Black Clover. I really do. I don't think necessarily it's the gateway. And then One Piece, as much as I love One Piece is way too long to recommend to people, right? My Hero's pretty long, comparatively, for what a lot of people are going to watch. Oh, that's an elite. But if they're willing to watch it, I think they'll probably come away enjoying it. There was a time when I would have said, hey, the easiest thing to recommend people is Old Berserk, because how good it is, right? People can watch it and then they're going to love it. But nowadays, if they watch the 2012 version, they'll never watch anime again. Ow! And so that's not a great gateway, really. Honestly, I don't keep up with anime the way I used to, but Bionics? I remember Bionics. I think if I was only to recommend one anime to somebody, and I know they like sci-fi, I'm probably going to recommend Gurren Lagann. And you may say, well, that's my robot bias coming in, but I think Gurren Lagann is a show that has really good music, that has a really good plot, that has, you don't talk to me this time, that has good character designs, some good action. He's not going to talk to me. Okay. I think that could be an easy sell for people if they're willing to watch a show that has fan service. If they're not, honestly, this one may sound like a weird pick. I think Bleach is actually not a bad choice. Halfway point. I don't think it gets bad, but it definitely slows down, right? It's nowhere near as fast as it was. Bleach is not a bad choice, honestly. Bleach is a show that I think, while it definitely has its problems, I think the hype moments more than make up for it, and I think that it lends itself to that, hey, we're having a good time, things are just happening, action's always happening, you know? I wish I could recommend Naruto, because I love Naruto, but man, that filler gets rough. In a weird way, I think I would also recommend, oh, I had it. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I just lost it. Scorpion. I think I would also recommend, oh, what's it called? See, this is the allure of this new show. Hot Seat is it's hard to talk and play video games and think. It's Trigun. The new Trigun reboot. That's what I'm trying to think of. I was about to say it's like Cowboy Bebop, but it's not. The new Trigun reboot is actually pretty good. And I think it might be one that would... Animation's pretty stylish. I think it might help people get in. I don't think it's as good as the original, but it is good, right? And it's one that people could easily watch dubbed, you know? I'd say Witch from Mercury, but it's hard to recommend people sub when they're just starting anime, right? Unless they already watch stuff that's in other languages. It is sort of doing it. It's staying true to the manga as compared to, for the most part, as compared to telling the original anime story, which was different from the manga. Yeah, old Bionics. It was an interesting channel, Bionics. Assassin's Scroll. It's hard for me to talk about gateways since I don't really watch a lot of the new shows, but Wish for Mercury's very good, Roxanne. It is very good. I like it a lot. And I think if somebody's willing to... Where am I going? If somebody's willing to watch something in subbed, I think Wish for Mercury's a great Gundam series to start on too, honestly. It's very different from a lot of Gundam at the start, but it catches up to Gundam really quickly. Is the store still open? Yeah. A romance? That's good though. I like romance shows. It's the season of love. So if somebody was like, hey, recommend me a good romance anime to be my first anime, Kokoro Connect. Kokoro Connect. Kokoro Connect is an anime that is all about... Ooh, Frost Blast. All right, I'll take that. It is an anime that is all about this small group of friends in a slice of lifestyle setting that wind up with powers that affect them all, and they have to deal with how they're going to use them. And it is so good. We're going to dump all this in a backpack. The romance is really solid. The main character's okay, but Inaba, the main girl, oh, she's amazing. Give me the one that lets me... oh, this is really good, actually. Give me Instinct. Okay. Yeah, it's a romance. I also, 4 of them. Okay. Let me hear them. Hit me with them. Oh, we could... What is this? This is new to me. Citrus, I understand. Toradora, I think, is also a really good choice for a romance. I love Toradora. But I also like Tsundere, so... This is new to me. This is brand new content to me. Clannad. I also really like Clannad. Clannad's very good. Ooh. Alright, I'll take that key. Yeah, it's got Taiga in it. What else? If I was thinking romance anime, what else? Oh, yeah. This is a weird choice for it, I guess, in a lot of ways, because it's not technically Antique Bakery. Nice. I haven't seen that one, but I've heard really good things. It's not technically a romance, but I think it has one of the best written romances in anime, and that is Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. Horimiya. I love the manga for Horimiya. I haven't watched the anime, but I don't have a problem with boy love. It's not a problem. I'm okay with yaoi. It's not a genre that I, like, go to look for, but I don't mind it either. I've read some decent yaoi manga. Nothing that's made me just go, yeah, this is great, the way that some of the Yuris that I read have, but... These are new enemy types for me, too, in some places. Like this guy, this is brand new for me. But Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash... So, you know the moment in anime where the main character, like, stays behind so that everybody else can leave, and it looks like they might die and everybody's worried about them? Grimgar is the only show that I've seen where instead of just going like, no, the love interest, like, starts climbing down the cliff to go help him. She just immediately is like, yeah, no, he's down there, he's in trouble, I'm going. Without even saying anything to the rest of the party. It's incredible. Oh, the big guy who thinks he's ugly. I have read bits of that. It's... What is it called? I can see it in my mind. I've read some of the manga for that. That's a great show. No, that's okay. Keep wanting to say it's sweet something, but it's not. This is not good. All right. Well, there's hot seat. Chat, you got an option here. I need to go to the bathroom really badly. So we can go to a quick break, and we can try one more run with a different topic. Because that topic's done. Or we can call it here. What do you want to do? That is, nope. Can't see that. Keep doing hot seat. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. You're lying, April? Okay. I'm going to take a quick break to go to the bathroom, and I will be back. I'm glad you're enjoying it. This might take over high arts. Yeah, cut to ad time. Laurent, you talk to him about an ad, okay? All right, chat. What did I miss? Yeah, that's your line, April. Great music, though. Raid Shadow Legends. All right, we need a different topic. Oh, that's right. Oromonogatari. Okay. Maybe we'll do like a once a month hot seat stream. Let's see. I don't know why I turned that back to the game. I still have to change this. Yeah, they're so good. They're so good. Okay. Let's talk. Let's stick with anime, because I don't want to take topics from here that Rundgren and I want to talk about. But Rundgren does not watch near as much anime as the rest of us, and I don't blame him. Let's go with... Let's go with this. This will be a fun discussion, I think. Let's go with popular anime is for normies. So this is a thing that crops up a lot in the anime community, and it really bothers me. Let's just go popular anime as the hot seat topic. I don't want people to see that and think something weird's going on. It's taking up a lot of space on screen. All right. And get back to the start. Then we're going to do this. We'll take the Vorpan. And the quick bow. That's a good choice. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different sides to this. Let's start the hot seat. Okay, so popular anime. There's this weird mindset with popular anime. Yeah, SAO, for instance. Death Note, yeah. There's this weird mindset with popular anime where you only watch popular anime if you're a normie anime fan, and you don't watch popular anime if you're a real anime fan, right? But then there's this other mindset that because a show's popular, it must be good. Neither of those are true. The fact of the matter is, shows get popular for any number of reasons, right? Maybe the show got popular because it has a really cute girl in it, or a really cool-looking guy in it. I remember Fate Stay Night did not get popular because it's like the best show ever written. It's good. Don't get me wrong, I love Fate Stay Night. The reason Fate Stay Night got popular is because of a meme for Archer, well before we ever called them memes, right? It was the Gar for Archer meme, and that's why Fate Stay Night got popular. Tsukihime got popular because of the main girl, you know? So, Saber became really popular afterwards. She absolutely did. But originally, it was the Gar for Archer meme that got people talking about Fate Stay Night. Because it was like a really not super well-known anime over here up until that point. But it was still really popular in Japan. So, you know, it's... Oh, he's hearing me get animated. You don't think you know Gar for Archer? So, there was a really old post where somebody was trying to say they were gay for Archer, but they misspelled it. And it led to... It led to the Gar idea, which is basically that if a character is cool, he is Gar. And so it led to a bunch of images of like Guts is Gar and Archer is Gar, and that is a long dead meme at this point, but it used to be really, really popular. And so I'm kind of just grabbing stuff as we go. Yeah, people die when they are killed. Also used to be a really popular meme way back when. Back when you had text in an image and then text underneath, and they were demotivational posters, you know? And those memes is what made Fate Stay become so popular. And then people realized how cool it is, and that's where we got, like, the level of love that came from, like, Fate Zero. Yeah, everything's going to Keikaku. Evangelion became really popular, and then Evangelion's a whole different discussion when it comes to this topic. People decided that it's the only anime that is real. The only anime that cares about the characters is Evangelion, apparently. It's a real mech show. And all that happened because of everything is going according to Keikaku. Keikaku means plan. But, that's why popularity does not equal good, right? Popularity does not equivocate to equality, or to quality of the show. Popularity is just how popular it is. And some shows, I think, deserve to get popular, right? I may not love Attack on Titan, but Season 1 of Attack on Titan, that was a pretty cool idea, executed pretty well in Season 1, right? You say it like 2 episodes earlier? For sure. Tatake! Yeah. But then there's stuff like Demon Slayer, which got popular because of how beautiful the animation is. And I think it probably deserves that, right? That animation's gorgeous. Stuff like, I love this poison while I'm trying to talk. I just lost my train of thought. Stuff like, Vinland Saga has become popular because of how good the characterization stuff is, right? Like, that stuff, I think, deserves that popularity. But then there's stuff that, like maybe SAO, that has interesting ideas, but I don't think capitalizes on it well, that maybe doesn't deserve, you know? Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I just died again. All right, well, that topic's dead. I looked to read chat and died. All right, we'll do one more, chat. We'll do one more. And then we're going to call it. Do one more. That's very true. That's very true. I was enjoying that topic, and I had more to say, but that topic's dead now. Laurent, no, he's moving. Laurent, no. Get off the burning Gundam. Off the... Don't go back there. No. Back on your chair. Thank you. Your chair or your tunnel. Just leave the terrain alone. All right. We'll do one more anime topic for tonight. Let's go for underrated anime. She does. She absolutely does. That's okay. Sailor Mars and Sailor Jupiter are the best girls anyway. Also, Sailor Mercury. Amy's very good. Ooh, the Frantic Sword. Quick Bow. Sapphire Amulet. Okay. Alright. Underrated anime. This is like the inverse. We just got done talking about popular stuff. Let's talk about underrated stuff. And this topic will also deal with stuff that, like, just because it's underrated doesn't mean it's good. All right, I'm gonna move his camera back out a little bit because he is shifting. The cousins that, yeah, I love Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. Okay, Antique Bakery, yeah. So, what makes an anime underrated, in my opinion, and why is the discussion, oh, well, because it's niche and underrated, it must be good? And the example I'm going to use is actually not an underrated show, but people say that it is. And that's Rakugo Ginroku... No, it's Rakugo Shinju... Oh... Rakugo Showa... Shinju Ginroku? What is that show called? Help me out, chat! Alright, we gotta look it up real quick. Rakugo... Showa Ginroku Rakugo Shinju. That's it. Like, Showa... I already forgot the name. What are you doing, buddy? Hey, no, stop that. Stop. What are you doing? Knocking the cupla. That's a mouthful. I don't actually know the English title, but it is an anime about the art of Rakugo, and it's very good, right? It is a really good show. but a lot of people seem to think that it is like this masterpiece that nobody talks about, and it's just left to die. And it's like, well, no, it's really highly rated on Mal. It's like up there, you know? Oh, nice. Ooh, the nail. All right. Nope, that's not okay. That's not what I was trying to do. It's pretty popular. A lot of people have seen it on Mal and love it, right? Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I understand why people think it's underrated, right? Because you don't see it on Netflix, for instance, right? But to me, if it's been watched by over 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 people on Mal, and it's one of the top-rated shows on Mal, it's not underrated anymore, you know? Raku Daikishi Cavalry? I've not... Oh, I have seen Cavalry, actually. I didn't like it all that much. I would say it is kind of underrated, though, for sure. Because you don't see people talk about it. I am not big on the that style of show, I guess. That's true, but at what point do we cut off and say, well, just because 20,000 people have watched it on Mal doesn't mean it's a well-known show, when it's like, yeah, but 20,000 people just that use my anime list watched it, right? So it's still not unpopular either. I wouldn't say that's underrated. You know what I mean? Backpack. Nice. But I think that's a good example of one that people go, well, yeah, this is a show that nobody ever talks about. It's like, well, actually, I mean, there's so many videos about it on YouTube. But what counts as the general populace of anime watchers? You know what I mean? Because if we're talking about on Twitter, yeah, that's a show people talk about all the time. You know, Yuri on Ice is a show that it's not something that somebody at a Hot Topic is probably going to know, but it's a show that was all over the internet when it came out, and a lot of people know. So that's where I think the distinction of like popular, unpopular is really hard to hammer down, because people will say, well, it's just not talked about right now. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not still on a bunch of people's best anime of all time list or something, you know? Well, is an anime club going to talk about it? I don't know, man. I don't know the anime club. What do they watch? Maybe. And that's where it's hard to quantify, because all I can see are my own circles, you know? If I find somebody that's never seen anime before, they know about DBZ probably, right? They know about Naruto, they know about Bleach. They might not know about Full Metal Alchemist, but I would never say Full Metal Alchemist is underrated, you know? So it's a weird thing. Where does it fall? I kind of don't like the nail from Hollow Knight. The other thing about this show, Hot Seat, is that I have to, like, come up with arguments for the topic on the fly while trying not to die. I think that makes it really interesting, but it also makes it where I'm not sure I'm going to listen back and agree with myself later. If you don't know it, you assume other people don't know it, and that's fair. But for instance, like, if you go to the mecha community and you say Brygar, they're probably not going to know that show, right? But if you say G Gundam, well, they should at least know about Gundam. They're probably going to know G Gundam, right? If you say... If I say Damodiler, you're probably not going to know what Damodiler is. But if I say Mazinger Z, you probably heard of Mazinger Z, right? But if you only watch Gundam, you might not have heard of Mazinger Z. Ooh. Porcupack. So it's, in my opinion, it is almost impossible to call something underrated or overrated because you just don't know where other people might be talking about it. But you can say it's overrated, underrated from what you've seen or for your groups, you know? It's just, I see a lot of people say stuff like, well, nobody's ever seen Fate Stay Night. It's like, well, that's just not true. And I think in the world we live in right now with memes, Memes are a great way to gauge how popular a show is. Like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, people don't talk about it near as much as they used to, right? But Dio memes are everywhere. There is no question that JoJo is still popular because of all the memes. I don't know where I'm going right now. Oh, it's the shop. I can't afford anything. That's what makes it such an interesting discussion to me, is that it's kind of hard to say where stuff goes, you know? Now, if you ask me right now, while I'm in the hot seat, to name some underrated anime, that's true. They don't have to have seen the show to see the memes. That's very true. Or to use the memes. That is a good point. Let's see. If I said Kamen Rider Double Futotante is probably an underrated anime, because most people that haven't watched Kamen Rider probably aren't going to watch it, right? Something like that is maybe a safe bet. But also, maybe it's not. Maybe more people will watch it because they're excited for the idea, you know? But I would say that's probably a safe bet. And then I could go to stuff like Dame Dialer, which is a mech show about a horny teenager. Most people probably have not seen that. I don't know that I'd say it's underrated, though. I don't know if it's any good. I don't think it's very good, I should say. But it exists, you know? Well, I've seen so many bad anime over the years. Is that the King in Yellow? Oh, okay. Cool. All right. All right. Sure. Okay. Antique Bakery is generally the one you say the most underrated one, you know. One person's heard of it, isn't you? That's fair. Let's see. What's another good one? Trying not to just think of old obscure mecha shows, because I don't think that's fair for me just to pull those out. Think, Trey. Think. Underrated anime. Oh, that's lightning. I would say Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash is kind of underrated. And then stuff like, what's it called? The Raka no Yusha? Anime before the 90s. Yeah, I'm trying to think of stuff that's specifically past that so that it's fair. Raka no Yusha. Sonata's 10 Braves. Raka no Yusha is a interesting show where a bunch of heroes have been chosen by the world, but one of them's a traitor and they don't know which one. Oh, a fire grenade. Heck yeah. And the main character is named Adelet Meyer, and he thinks he's the strongest man in the world, and he fights in such a cool way. I love his fighting style so much. Such a cool show. The romance is not great in it, but it's a really cool show. Raka no Yusha. What's that show called? Oedo? Rocket? Oedo Rocket? That's underrated. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Sure. We'll start working towards the Bozuki. Wave of Denial. Okay. And an ice shield for the backpack. Sure. Yeah, I love that show. It's so good. But I would say it's not one that people talk about very often, you know? Braves ones? Yeah. Oh, right. Sorry, I gotta choose mutation first. I was trying just to keep going. Let's do that. We'll heal up. Sonata of the Ten Braves is... I didn't mean to go to the bank this time. Nope, we're going to keep going. Sonata of the Ten Braves is a show about Yukimura Sonata from the Sengoku period of Japanese history with his 10 ninjas. Sonata's Braves. It's okay. It's a fun show. Stuff like Sengoku Basara, I think, that's about the Sengoku period, is also, like, not well known, you know? But it's a really fun show where Date Masamune rides a horse that has motorcycle bars on it because he's based on, in that show at least, a biker. Grimgar? Yeah, Grimgar's pretty good. I like Grimgar. I don't want a long press to empty the backpack. There. Yeah, the nail is not doing great for me, but it does have that downward slash. That's nice. What's more? All right, what about romance anime? I already did romance anime. What about, I already did mecha anime. What about shonen? What's an underrated shonen anime? Keep thinking, gotta keep thinking, can't stop thinking. An underrated shonen would be... Okay, here's a weird pull. Zero no Tsukaima. Familiar of Zero. Yeah, very true. Although, if we're just talking about the manga, Robot Laser Beam, super underrated. I love Robot Laser Beam. That did not deserve to end so early. Ice Shield 21, the football anime, that's very good. Noah's Notes, that was really good. So, while I agree with you, Dark, I'm not a huge fan of Louise. Zero no Tsukaima has one of my favorite moments ever, which is there's a moment where a character sacrifices themselves, and it's them against an entire army, and that scene is so good. Where the sword is like, you ready to do this, Aibo? And then the character is like, yeah, let's go. That scene is so good. And there's mages throwing fireballs, and the swordsman is just running through the field, slashing stuff. Oh, it's so good. Unfortunately, that scene gets undermined later, which is one of the reasons why I hate the way that show ends so much. Yeah, the airplane is sick, and that reminds me of another underrated shonen. I guess it's a seinen, but it's got a lot of shonen elements to it, which is Drifters. Drifters is very good, and you never hear people talk about Drifters. All right, what's another genre? Because I got a couple shonen. Yeah, Familiar Zero has so many cool moments, and then just the story's not good. There's nothing down there. Yeah, that's that one. That is that one, and it's got some really cool scenes in it. Got it. Give me another genre, chat. Oh no, oh no. Sports. Underrated sports. Ice Shield 21, like I mentioned earlier. That's a football anime. I think that when it comes to manga, stuff like Robot Laser Beam, underrated. Where am I going? It is American football. Ame Futto. I haven't started watching Blue Lock yet, but I'm hearing good things about it, but it's definitely not underrated right now. It's so good though, Dark. They have superpowers. Like, one guy can run super fast by, like, going around stuff. And then, there's a guy that is just super tall, and his whole thing is that he can pass really far. There's one kid that has monkey hands. They're not actually monkey hands, but they might as well be. And then Hiruma, his superpower is that he's got a gun. It's not actual superpowers, it's just anime logic, but man, is it cool. Kuroko no Basuke, I would say, is now not well talked about, you know? But it used to be really popular. Yeah, he's got a gun. Basquatch? Yeah, I've heard of Basquatch. I've never seen it, but... Kuroko no Basuke used to be super popular. People were always talking about how much they wanted to sexualize those teenage boys. But it definitely fell off. It's nowhere near as popular as it used to be. Also, Kuroko no Basuke has Midorikawa, which is a great name. All the main characters in Kuroko no Basuke their names are based on the color of their hair. And Midorikawa is just a great name for a person with green hair. But the most, in my opinion, the most underrated sports anime is Yowamushi Pedal. That's what it's called. It is a bicycling anime. And it is so good. Ow. Yeah, he's got no presence, and so he's the mysterious sixth man. That's Kuroko no Basuke. But Yowamushi Pedal is so good. The music is incredible. The characters are great. The CG's a little off-putting at first, but you definitely get used to it. Ow. I got to be El Kabong for a second there. That is a old reference. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. We're gonna die here. I can't do both. Nope, we're dead. All right. All right, chat. We're going to call it here, but we will definitely bring back the hot seat. This was really fun. Give me suggestions in the chat if you'd like, or in comments on YouTube for more hot seat options. And the next time that we go to do a high art stream, if it's a new game I've never played, we'll do high arts. If it's a game that I know pretty well, we'll do hot seat. Because it's not really fair to new games to do hot seat with them. But let me know. And also give me more suggestions for hot seat topics, because this was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and we're going to have to do it again for sure. This was a blast. Maybe eventually when we've painted and built everything, this will take over for a little while until I can afford to buy more stuff. But best not official head, that is, I'm going to write that down right now. That is a great one. Okay. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out. Just a quick reminder, again, we'll be back tomorrow, maybe, if Rundgren's feeling better. If not, the lore of Lord. If not, we may do a hot seat tomorrow night or something. We'll see. But always better. That's true. Thursday, if he's feeling better, we'll do the TTRPG podcast. If he's not, then maybe we'll do another hot seat. I don't know. Look, it might be a lot of hot seats in the future. Friday, we'll do Best Girl. Oh, that's another good one. Best Girl, and let chat give me ideas for which show. And then I have to say what the best girl is. Friday, we'll be building. We're going to be building the Burning Gundam, which is right here. We're going to go back to here for this. Chat rips itself apart. Oh, no! I just accidentally knocked over all the Black Legion, so I'll fix that later. But yeah, we'll be back with the usual nonsense. Until next time. The MG got gonna put it with the Nobel. That would be cool. Until next time, though, let me stop this music by ending this game. Thanks, everybody. And I have been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life has to offer.